Hello friends, I am Krishna Kanjani from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. Welcome to the online lecture series on kinematics and theory of machine. In today's session, we will learn chapter number 2, that is dimensional synthesis. So let's start this session. In this session, we will cover up introduction, classification of synthesis problems, Chebyshev spacing equation and Freudenstein's equation, and some numericals based on these equations. Okay, so let's learn first about introduction, how this synthesis and analysis works. Here's the first word, that is analysis. Now we are very familiar with this word because in our day-to-day lives even we are using this word for various functions. For example, analysis of various things which we are doing. Anyone in this kinematics and theory of machine, in this subject, your chapter number 3, that is velocity and acceleration analysis. So in that chapter you will do velocity and acceleration analysis of various machine elements. So in simple words we can say that analysis is the process in which we are identifying characters such parameters such as velocity, acceleration, displacement and position of mechanism. For example, let's consider a 4-bar chain mechanism which is having one link is fixed, second link that is termed as a crank, third link that is known as a connecting rod, and fourth link which is known as a lever. Okay, so now in this mechanism, if we want to calculate the position of this point, or we can say crank, for example, if we consider point A, B, C and D. So now if you want to calculate the position of this point C at various positions of crank, for example, your crank is, if you are assuming that now after a rotation of 20-degree rotation of crank, what will be the position of point C? So at that time you can assume that somewhere here. But if you are doing some proper analysis, then to identify what will be the position, next position, what will be the velocity of point C and what will be the acceleration. So this whole process is known as a analysis. Now the second word which comes in picture, which is known as a synthesis. Now in synthesis what you will do, that if you want to produce reciprocating, or we can say oscillating motion at this point, okay, and you are deciding that you will give rotary motion as an input. Okay, so now in this mechanism we have just identified that in this process we have input as a rotary motion and output as a oscillatory motion. Now how you will achieve that? So for that you have to design mechanism. Okay, so this design of mechanism to get desired output is known as a synthesis. So in synthesis what you will do, now you will identify that if I am using this as a crank, connecting this crank with connecting rod, and this connecting rod will make oscillation of this lever. So designing of this component, calculating which type of mechanism you will, finding what type of mechanism you will use, how many number of links you will use, what will be the length of this each and every individual link. So this whole process of design of any mechanism to obtain our desired output, this process is known as a synthesis. Okay, so here we have to clearly remember the difference between analysis and synthesis. That in analysis we are simply doing analysis of for example displacement, velocity, acceleration, that is only for existing systems or mechanisms. But in the synthesis process we are creating new design, okay, and that design will help us to get or achieve desired output. So this process of designing mechanism to get desired output is known as a synthesis. Clear? This difference must be clear while it may be asked in your GTU examinations also. Okay, so now in synthesis we have identified that we have to design any mechanism to get desired output, and that's why we are terming it as a synthesis. So now synthesis problem is divided in mainly 3 steps, or we can say to do synthesis we have to divide the whole process into 3 steps. first step, that is known as a type synthesis. So here how again this works. For example, in this fixation I have decided that I will give input motion over here, and I am requiring, or my desired output is oscillatory motion over here. Okay, so now for that, how will you start? So first of all, you have to identify that which type of mechanism you are going to use. Okay, either it is a cam and follower system, gear drive, 4-bar chain mechanism, single slider, double slider. There are n number of mechanisms which you can use to get desired output as a oscillatory motion. Okay, so from that whole the variety of mechanism, the type of mechanism which you are going to use is termed as a step number 1, that is your type synthesis. Okay, so for example, now you are able to identify that I can either use a 4-bar, or I can use also cam and follower system. For example, in cam and follower system, what you will do, you require a cam. Now this cam is your rotary input motion. Now eccentric cam will help you to achieve the reciprocating motion. So now with respect to this fixation, you are making arrangement that one follower you have. Now with respect to this arrangement, now if you are keeping one follower over here, this follower is made up of in this shape. Okay, so now what will happen over here? So when you will rotate this cam, it will produce, due to this rotation, it will produce oscillatory motion of this follower. Okay, so either you can use this mechanism, or even you can use 4-bar chain mechanism, where you are giving input link and receiving oscillation of this lever. So this is how type synthesis works. Okay, now after identifying that I will use either cam and follower or this type of mechanism, now second step is to identify that how many number of link you are connecting, how many number of joints you are using. Either you are achieving this arrangement, or you are achieving this desired output by using only 2 links, 4 links, 6 links. So that is number of link, number of joint which you are required to get the desired output. So this number synthesis is your second step. Okay, so in which you will calculate, after identifying your mechanism, you will calculate the how many number of links, joints and all mathematical terms that you are identifying is known as a number synthesis. Okay, now after identifying that I need 4 link for 4-bar chain mechanism, or we can say I need 2 links such as cam and follower to get the desired output. Now the third step is to dimension synthesis. Dimension synthesis means to calculate the length, angle and various other parameters is known as a dimension synthesis. So over here, after calculating that I need 4 link, okay, so now I will decide that I have a rotary motion such type that the length of crank should be limited at certain limit. Okay, so now you will calculate that what should be the length of this connecting rod and lever, so that I can achieve oscillatory motion over here. Okay, either what will be the diameter of cam, so that it will completely produce the oscillatory motion. So this type of calculations about length, angle and all will come as a third step and last stage of design, and that is known as a dimensional synthesis. Okay, so right now before this session, you might be considering that while designing any mechanism, we will always calculate the length, that how much will be the length, but dimensional synthesis comes at the third stage. But before that, 2 stages are type synthesis and number synthesis. Clear? In this way, we can divide this whole synthesis or design procedure for any mechanism. Okay, in GTO examination, these 3 terms are individually asked for 3 to 5 marks. Okay, so after learning the synthesis problem, now moving with the next one, which is known as a classification of synthesis process. So how we are classifying the synthesis problem? So they are classified into mainly 3 types: function generation, path generation and motion generation. Okay, now let's learn one by one that you are synthesizing, or we can say you are designing any object. So for that, how you are deciding your output? either by function generation. For example, I need reciprocating motion. So this linear motion, or we can say I need output motion as a linear motion. So this linear motion can be termed in terms of y is equal to f of x, that is function of x. If the desired output or motion is defined by the function of input parameter, then this y is equal to f of x. This mathematical parameter you are deciding as your key factor, and using this mathematical function you are designing your desired output mechanism. So this type of function is known this type of process is known as a function generation. So over here in function generation, the requirement is that the output link should either rotate, reciprocate or oscillate. Now this is according to a specific function of time or function of the motion of the input link. Then this method is known as a function generation. So okay, so if you are, for example, if you are considering y is equal to f of x, or you can say y is equal to f of t, that is function of time. So these all are known as a function generation. Okay, now the second classification, either you can achieve the fundamental using path generation. So what will happen in path generation? In path generation, we are mainly focusing on the path, desired output path, how it is how the motion is occurring, either due to the circular arc or elliptical or straight line. If you are focusing on the path of the desired output, then this method is known as a path generation. Okay, now in the third method, that if you are considering motion as your final output, you are not focusing on what will be the mathematical function over there, or what will be the prescribed either straight line or a circular arc over there, but you are observing the motion, either it is a, we can say, simple translatory motion or combination of translation and rotation. So this type of combination motion, you are focusing on the motion, that how the motion will occur, and accordingly that if you are synthesizing or designing any mechanism, then it is termed as a motion generation technique. Okay, so in this way the classification of synthesis problems are mainly of three types. Okay, thank you.